ruin of Lurk of Thim lies in a natural depression. Fog heaps and flows, coats their faces in damp chill and the odor of undisturbed mold. But Mark's directions lead them to the marked tunnel. Nelelia speaks in a whisper, chorusing echoes hiss from the shadows. The only sound is us. Vague light slips in from somewhere, daubs the underground with faint hues. Through a prism of grays it twists and stretches, a snaking, splitting cavern, cold and bone quiet. Somewhere deep, the makeup of the tunnel changes. Earth-welded walls meet halls of hand-carved stone. There's a glow up ahead, firelight. Let everyone know to tighten up. Grouping towards the blue light, they pause. It's just 5 of us, let's remember that. Whatever happens, be smart. Take initiative. Their enemies gaze without feeling as they enter. Here we are. And welcome. Our patience is not everlasting. Don't talk small then. What's it we're here to resolve? I'll put it plainly. I'd like to make you an offer. They call me the Prophet, my disciples. To others I am Deep King. To you I have been an adversary, but that need not remain true. You speak for everyone, the deepists, you're it. I am the authority in my order, yes. So if we want to cut off the head of the snake. Beside me stands the Shadow Messiah, a being older than legend, almost as old as myself. The enormous figure at the Deep King's side narrows its eyes. The air it breathes is furnace-like and smells of wood smoke. And what's the offer is immortality. Immortality. You mean like in songs? I mean immortality. Your lifetime made endless. That is the secret we found, and we offer it. The offer is for us 5, us together and no one else. Should one of you be wise enough to grasp it, you will not be refused. What's the exchange? All you must do is come with us now. The stars don't love you. Below there is warmth, knowledge, eternity waiting. You will not be above me, inferior, but beside me, higher than only my queen. Question is what this means. I'll have one of them accept the offer. Heck, I can have Cathithian accept the offer. Ooh, that's actually pretty good because that means... Yeah, heck, why not? Cathithian stares at the earth beneath her boots, touches the torn edge of her shirt, then fingers a fresh scar on her neck. If none of you can see the merit of what I'll take your offer. Cathithian, of wise. Are there any others? Cathithian, don't do this. Then I suppose we're done here. Come along, child. All of time is in front of you now. These old friends of yours have doomed themselves. Love, you don't have to... But Cathithian says nothing. The Deep King and his new disciple move away into the shadows, and his attendants step forward. We can't do any good with her if we're dead. Well said. Time to run. Alright. So this is an escape map. Fortunately, that's kind of Lusky's specialty. There's a lot of places enemies can spawn from, though. I want to get as close to the exit as I can, as quickly as possible. But I do want to, at some point, kill the Shadow Messiah, because it has a special drop that's actually pretty good. But turn 1, we basically just want to go full tilt for the exit. Because we want to get past all the spawn points so that we can dip out if things get dicey. There's no attack animation there, that was interesting. Oh, well, Lusky just got one shot. I need to keep Lusky. It might not be possible for me to kill the Shadow Messiah. God, that's a lot of enemies! That only has Bone Lance. Is there anything I can use to get through this? Arches. He's not going to interfuse with it because he's already at max targets. So Nalelia can interfuse with it. I don't think I'm going to be able to kill the Messiah. It's going to be hard enough for me to even reach the exit. Mark. As upsetting as it is, and I know he's not retiring this chapter, I think if I don't take the +3 armor here, everybody else dies. There's no flash of light or rush of sound, barely enough time for the others to realize what has happened. But as they fight, a strength swirls through them, pushing them up and onward. You said I get to pick a form, right? I've given it some thought. Yeah, Nalelia would have died there if not for the extra armor. You're just getting stomped all over. Oh god, and you're pinned in too. Okay, is there anything Nalelia can do to help? If you stand here, you can only be attacked by one guy, you can't be flanked. You can interfuse with this and maybe use a Bone Lance to break you out. Yes. Then we wall. Okay, we've gotten past all the enemies. It's a clear shot from us to the exit here. But there's no chance that I'm killing that Shadow Messiah. Nalelia might be going down this turn even. Good thing they went for that block. Okay, I think we've sufficiently gummed up the works, but there's enough ranged enemies here that I'm not gonna risk making a stand. Alright, Nalelia. Yeah, let's just fly out of here. Fly, you fools. Ooh. Too close. Alright, you two. Cathithian's not coming. Mark fell. Cathithian, I still don't understand. As for our dead, we'll mourn them well and long. Mysteries like mists gather, grow, and surge at their heels. A few weeks pass. Cathithian's betrayal clouds hearts and stars. The more I think about it, the less I believe it. Believe what? Cathithian. I don't think she did betray us. Lusky, you have to face the truth. No, you don't understand. Cathithian never would have left me cold. Not with eyes like that, not without asking me to come. Remember the tunnel? We didn't know what choice we were going to face. Whatever happens, be smart. Take initiative. My Cathithian's courageous as they come, and yes, stubborn and quick to anger, but in that moment, the calculating part of her brain managed to take over, and she did the bravest thing of all. We can only hope we get the chance to ask her. Ah, well, good luck to her either way. Yes, good luck, my love. The passing of the night will tell them nothing, but truth is like a star. No cloud may cover it forever. Mark Skalko fell in battle at Wenlyweld. What a waste. What is best? I'm actually gonna add Mark to my legacy. Mark deserves to be remembered. Alright. Lots of calamities out. Near the place where Mark fell, travelers often noticed the afternoon light glinting off a particularly splendid circling eagle. Rumors abound that Kalia had been seen doing great deeds near Ruster Prairie, even though she has not been in that region in some time. Adina visited her family when she could. Falbeth would always find some new piece of gossip to give Adina grief about, but the Needling was good-natured. Nanalia's friends learned to give her the personal space she always wanted. This is a tiding that I made just to sort of poke fun at the fact that wings often obscure faces in story panels. Leroth Outfitter needed an angle to distinguish it from the others in the region. Dwindlin proposed a yearly festival where its finest rymans would be shown off in a dance. Kalia fell for a shepherd she noticed in the hills. Hand in hand they would follow the flock for hours in contented silence. When Wit came down with a case of wild bark fever, Lusky would come by to feed the pigs and handle the soup pots. How are your joints? Better? No word came from Cathithian. Whispers rose again. Folks were flocking to the promises of a powerful cult. Without a troubled world around them, impressionable minds can still be swayed by subtle tongues, given time. The young tend to be the most idealistic, easiest to enamor, easiest to ensnare. After mulling over the next chapter of his life, Lusky joined the monastic order of the Spectral Stag following a spiritual experience one night. And he spent his days joyfully in ritual and contemplation. Lusky has retired. He's no longer in your party, but he'll go into your legacy and may play a part in future stories. Everyone said that it wouldn't last. The novelty of retirement would wear off, and Falbeth would grow bored of vine wine and afternoon naps by the lake. Falbeth proved them all wrong. Falbeth has retired. Falbeth Gray's another mystic from the Gray family. Ah, good. We get a warrior. Duggan Skalko. I need a more dedicated okay. Now we get to level up someone. Which one's Fallbear again? It's my new mystic, or either of my new archers. What do they even do? You just have piercing shots, and you have jump jaw. Let's level up Kalia. And it's like 60% of the experience the retired hero got. Ooh, Ember Arrows is actually pretty good, even though Lusky isn't around anymore. Unfortunately, we have so many low-level heroes that the one I actually want to level up is not... Okay, Wit Fallbear, piercing shots... Oh man, I accidentally made... let's go Wit. Let's take a leg. Less speed, but more armor. Scoths are actually pretty good for tanks. And you know, I haven't used a legitimate dueling sword in quite a while. This has stunt chance, accuracy, stunt chance, and block. And he has his offhand free for a shield, I guess. There. Now, as for, I believe it's Fallbear. No, which one is? It's Dwindlin. Dwindlin is the tank. He still needs a. Okay, let's give him some Mage Clate. Unfortunately, he cannot hold a staff because he only has one hand. So we're going to keep him with that wand and see if he gets anything better. Upgrade your drab. Upgrade your swathe. Good. Now everyone has decent equipment. I think I'm gonna upgrade your crossbow to tier 3. And that'll do me. I have so many hardwoods. Legends rest in places like this. Ancient places, forgotten places. Shadow, something stands out to you. What are we looking for, Kelia? Also not sure. Kelia located this tomb after a rare, seemingly inconsequential find. A segment of long-lost epic had turned up one night as she was cleaning her chambers. The feats of the story's main figures felt familiar once she studied them. Digging through the old books, she deduced where the heroes of the verse were interred. Call it a hunch, maybe. They fought monsters under the mountains, bullmen, diminutive horn things out of the darkness, and beasts made of living fungus. They saved their world, so it could be a lesson buried here, don't you think? Watch your step. The lantern illuminates webs and wrought stone. Shadows shrink, hardening into cracks and hollows around the walls. Heroes were buried here. Surprised those things still light. I've got the touch of fire. No, you don't. Lusky did. Don't I usually? You ever think about where you'll be buried? I doubt any of us gets a crypt. I want to be buried with my true love, anywhere we're together. Somewhere private, where I won't have to hear footsteps drumming through my skull for all eternity. This is interesting. Here evermore lie Aelys and Lestrand. Their love, which protected so many, shall cradle their eternal sleep. The statue of the two lovers wears a satin layer of dust. Aside from that, it's pristine. This was worth seeing, no matter what else we find. Well... Kelia moves to another tomb, set apart against the far wall. It looks like the others, but something about it seems... off. As she lays a hand upon it, she knows. Hey, this one's been touched. Touched? The dust is disturbed. Oh, we just get straight into the intro mission? Alright. I'll do this one real quick. Ah, that's a lot of horn children. Just completely wipe out that flank. Darn it. There's a lot of guys in here. Nope, that's not what I wanted at all. pin some. Good, because that guy can't be pinned. He has a special buff that makes it so he can't be pinned. Really? God, he really needs some more accuracy. Alright. Oh, that's very good. Yes, please give me that. You both alright? Here, help me move this. Together, the three of them take hold of the suspicious tomb, sliding it back to reveal a passage. How deep does this go? Someone should see where it ends, though it may be a very long journey. Alright, and we are now in Chapter 5, the final chapter. So first thing we need to do is scout the tunnels. And we are going to send probably one of our nobodies. Meanwhile, everyone else is going to secure the site. Still no sign. Duggan's commented enough. Still, it's a long time for anyone to be gone, especially down there. Do we take a look ourselves? I'm saying we need to think about what happens if... Hide your lantern. See that? Out of the black fathoms, a red star swims toward them. Is it him? It's someone. Later, the sun must feel good. I learned so much down there, about the mind, about darkness, and our desire for contact, and it wasn't worth knowing. One thing I'll say, our enemy called himself a king, and from what I saw, he wasn't exaggerating. What did you see? How deep down did you go? Were you ever spotted? The tunnels go forever, and they branch and meet dead ends, they loop and tangle. Who knows how many entrances there are hidden around? At the end of all that darkness, I did come upon, what was it, a kind of castle? Within a huge cavern, a thing of spires and stone, a whole civilization almost. And the Deep King, I saw him. But, dare I ask, I didn't see Cathethian. Didn't stay long, though. I'll tell you, it seems almost unreal now. A nightmare world, a land of lostlings, windless and cold. And much as I'm not anxious to leave the surface again, if we're looking for a way to stop them, to quench the deepest leaders and collapse their order, I think we've found it. So shall we fight the beast in its den? One way or another, this war has to end. I think this may be our best chance. Okay. And we are going to get an incursion before this starts, I think. Because it takes a while, yeah. But I don't care enough to stop it. Because it's not even going to reach our lands by the time this happens. This journey feels interminable. Tunnels curve in long natural arcs, the rolling of buried hills, the cart of rations and equipment they bring is the loudest thing down here. Ambush is a constant threat. In their camps, their sleep, their meals, all are muted and misaligned, soon with no sense of time or proper place. Kelia got out the cold bacon. At least the fungus burns. Long into their trip, they begin to doubt they'll ever see stars again. Infinite caverns enclose them. Frigid winds gust from the depths, set all the stone throats of the earth singing, a choir of hollow voices. They find and follow the marks they're looking for, and eventually arrive at their destination having made excellent time. Does the light come forward quietly, pass the word back. The outskirts of the deepest fortress seem mostly still. Is it abandoned? Did they know we were coming and leave this place empty? Not abandoned. Prepared. A candle flares. It's Cathethian! Cathethian! That really you? I've hoped for this day, and I've dreaded it. Careful, Nalalia, we can't be sure of her. Good to see you too, Kelia. To be honest, you're late. Later than I'd hoped. I've been down here... how long now? You've really been here all these years? I really have. I'll talk about it all if we survive this. Surviving one more day. That's something I've gotten pretty good at, I suppose. Cathethian guides them to a charred-smelling chamber beneath the one of the many stone causeways that led to the main keep. All are brought in together. I've collected what I could over the years. This forge will still light and there's tools. Make whatever repairs or modifications you need. I don't know how long we can hide out here, but when the fighting starts, it probably won't stop. Right, well, everyone, anything from the cart, I suggest you get it now. They hurry to retrieve what they brought and set to work. I'm impressed, Cathethian. We all are. And we're sorry that It's alright, don't apologize. It was always my decision to come, to stay. But we won't forget your courage. How do we... Let's just finish this together. So we get one last chance to upgrade our equipment. And everyone's tiered out to the max, for the weapons I plan on using at least. Just make sure everything's functioning properly. Yep, it does appear to be. Okay. This causeway leads to the heart of the palace. That's where we'll find them, the Deep Queen and her king. Make no mistake, we'll need to deal with both of them. We've met the king, but this queen, what's she like? When you look in her eyes, you see she's worse. You know, it's an amazing feat, everything they've scraped out, everything they've built. You really can't deny it, can you? All forged from the blood of the hopeless. So many historic achievements are founded on someone's misery. There's movement ahead. Alright. So this is one of the ones where enemies will spawn endlessly. So you have to move quick, strike hard, and be ruthless. Good one. Very good. He's gonna be stuck at, is the fire gonna burn out? I don't actually remember. I don't remember when fires burn out versus when they stay out. I know it's not on debris, so it's not gonna stick around for very long. But I don't know at what point in our turn it burns out. Just turn my headphones volume down by accident. Okay, good. He does get a take. Pretty sure we don't get the spawns until we open this first door. That's just the first room, by the way. Get your armor back by doing that. It's a bit cheesy, but you can do that. Alright. Let's do this thing. Darn it. What I really need to do is just clear one flank as much as possible so that I don't get flanking, or they don't get flanking bonuses. waste his action completely. Set this guy up for a flank and get a stunt off of it too, that's good. Oh, did he destroy my bones? For sure. Oops. That was a waste. Other than do you have a dagger? Good stun, very good stun. Gotta keep moving. These guys won't be able to follow us very easy, so now there's not a whole lot of them we can punch through. Mostly going to use these traps to delay enemy pursuit, because that's a big thing we need. We need to reach that final chamber before the enemies start catching up to us. And it's because of that that I'm not even going to wait for everyone to open the door. 3 Shadow Hunters and a whole bunch of other stuff in there, though. That's this is a busy room. Alright, come on, Kayla. That'll hold them off for a little bit. There's the speaker. I need your multiple attacks per turn. I can't afford to have you attack normally. Use out of Ember Arrows. God damn it. Wrong button. Darn it. At least Sentinel landed her next to the cover. breaking through our wall. Almost there. Cathathian's so fast. This teleports everyone in, I think. I hope. This it? They await us inside. Nice of them to stay put. Makes this easy. The Worm Keep smells sweetly smoky. All the articles in here, old though they might be, wouldn't be out of place in Nellelia's room, or Kalia's. It's a cozy little hideaway they've got, isn't it? Imagine 1,000 years of privacy. And who drew this map? Someone dead long ago from a dead world. They enter the inner chamber where a huge hearth glows. Cathathian, you bring assassins at my back? Here, when we made you our guest? The Deep King draws himself up, then turns, proceeding into a deeper chamber. If you must slay us to be satisfied, then first hear our story. Come. The great fire burns steady and strong. It chews on a mat of woody fungi, producing the pleasant aroma that hangs in the air here. The Deep King leads them past a vast library, rich in texts that haven't seen light in centuries. How much wisdom dies in darkness? Nellelia? Thinking out loud? Swirls of dust dance behind them. Dark shapes fill the halls they've left. All sense the weight of the mountain, the gravity of this great mystery, sinking and settling, threatening to entomb them. Wish there was a chance to study it all. I'll tell you, the chance isn't worth the price you'd pay. Another waft of warm, fragrant air blows from up ahead. We'll talk inside, young ones, and spin no more fictions. Finally, the Deep King ducks under a tenderly carved archway into a small, well-appointed chamber. The woman standing by the fire sets down a steaming cup. Here they are, my love, our assailants. You were right about Cathathian. She betrayed us. Don't be sorry, love. The fault is hers. And these others? Heroes, yes? Indeed, heroes of this age. You may as well get it over with. Tell them who you really are. What more is there? Are you impatient because you are young, or because you're annoying? I've been patient enough these long years. Very well, then. I'm Aelus. The man you've dealt with is Lestrand. We're queen and king here. Those names actually sound familiar. I'm sure you remember our tomb, don't you? Here evermore lie Aelus and Lestrand. Their love which protected so many shall cradle their eternal sleep. You're saying we are them, those heroes from long ago. Two of them, anyway. The lovers, they called us. In a sense, we were once you. Adventuring, fighting to defend the helpless, building what we could. We lost friends, buried them, did it all the right way. You were heroes. You served people? But there was no end to it, you see. We tried, but there was only more death. There was only ever death waiting. Despite all we did for so many, we found no exemption. Doom swallows the meek and strong together. The order of nature is what you rebelled against, that all things must pass. Yours is a remarkable success, taken academically. Shh, let her talk. Older we got, we realized, no matter how much we ever might accomplish, even the story of us seldom crossing ungrateful lips would cease to be spoken one day. There'd always been the assumption we'd grow old and retire. We were supposed to be satisfied, that we'd live on through our legacy. That wasn't for you, was it? There's a better way. We knew there would be. So we went and did what others in our company dared not do. There was a mystic woman we'd met in our journeys below the ground, a witch of the deep we'd been tasked to destroy. We entered her seclusion and explained our quandary, the great injustice that death takes heroes in time just as it does all nibbling mice and measly lives worth less. You took your worries to this witch of the deep, ostensibly a wicked being you'd been tasked to destroy, and you asked her for guidance. Yes, right. Okay. Wisdom is wisdom. How can you judge what you don't understand? That woman gave us the secret, in payment for her life. The secret to prolong our own lives indefinitely by drinking the spiritual essence others willingly bequeathed to us. In covenant and to aid us, she summoned our Messiah. He would be our servant and an idol to easy fools. In part to test its loyalty, we ordered the thing to slay her. And it did, our Shadow Messiah. You mean that massive beast that hunted us in the cavern, where we had our fateful parley? They haven't seen it since. The monster is willful. It seeks its own ends, but that doesn't matter. It was born to a purpose. It served. Anyway, we'd soon formed a plan. We even hoped to bring our old friends into our secret. However, old Eudkin had been with us since the beginning. I expected him to react with more intelligence. What had to happen, did. And soon we devised our model of ascension. Descension, to be perfectly thematic. We began looking for those who would seize their chance. The right words, that's all it takes to peel weak grips from the morals they limply cling to. From our earliest servants to our youngest, we swallowed what they surrendered. Those who came first were able to achieve greater forms, descending, drinking beside us at our endless wells. And from the truly worthy we took nothing. Better with their essence intact, bodies and minds unchanged. Nice to look at, charismatic figures to aspire to. Nice to look at? I mean for the common folk. A quiet moment passes. It's not a grand or remarkable moment in any noticeable respect, but for the span of this moment, at least, these powerful individuals, capable of shaping so much of the world's history and future, stand together, on the cusp of action. That was all this was then. Every poor soul who took an oath fed your immortality. Such is the nature of gods, from 1,000 small hearts enormity. That lesser lives expire in order to extend the lives of the exceptional. Isn't it better? And lest you overlook it, your Cathithian partook of our elixir. We took nothing from her. She only benefits, as you can tell, from the sacrifices of these less worthy hearts. What I did to survive among you, I'll carry that shame, and carry it longer. That's my burden, but there will be no more. I don't think we have much else to talk about, do we? Even after hearing our story? We're the same. No, we're really not. Never were. We'll let you in. There's no reason for any of us to die. You've earned this, and you'll sacrifice nothing, gain everything, forever. Together we can mold the next 1,000 years, and the next. Our hearts are true. You won't bend us. I'd rather die by a stream somewhere. Time to see your old friends. A glimmerless jewel. Horrifying. The last look that goes between the monarchs is brief. Hard to imagine what they're thinking, or what they might want to tell each other after so long a time. In the end, they say nothing. Deep King Lestrand. Oh, I don't even get a card for Deep Queen Alis. Alright. Now here is the hard part of the fight. Let's see, we do have a Splinter Blast, but I don't know if Lestrand is in range. He is not. Fortunately, nobody really needs scenery when you can just make your own scenery. Be your own Splinter Blast. Oh, and they've got a fire right here. Now, as weird as it sounds, Alis is actually the bigger threat here, because she has Indignance. And that's also Nalilia's temp HP wore off, so yeah. She gets close to Nalilia, and Nalilia just keels over and dies. Oh man, I did not put Nalilia close enough to the fight. That's fine, that's fine. If I just block her off from all attacks. Oh, he has broad swipes. There's no real reason to keep her alive at this point. If there were another chapter, there'd be a reason to keep her alive, but she's actually not going to deal more than 20 damage in this fight before it's over, so let's just take down Lestrand. With nothing to hold back, Kelia fights with a ferocity none had yet seen from her. It didn't take him down, but I got him close enough. Down goes Lestrade. And down goes Atlas. Alright. And that's the fight. In the end, it takes very little time for their breath to still. Once immortal, the Monarchs are dead. As the two real corpses are brought out, the crowding deepists melt from sight. They slump amid pillars into shadows and down dark holes. Despair and confusion congeal on their mute faces. The Deep Queen and her king will never leave this place. They're laid in state in sight of the citadel, the wind-bearing wonder of their underworld. Their ancient, perfect flesh takes flame. Nelelia, Cathethian, Duggan, Dwinlin, and Fallbear take what can be salvaged in their small cart and they go. They bring the body of Kelia, who wouldn't wish to remain in this darkness. The journey back is strange and dreamlike. The quiet caverns take on a different character, no longer as threatening as they are cold and empty. Something wrong? This is what they looked like once, isn't it? This is who they were? For a moment they stand by the statue, staring up at the stone faces of the two monarchs. It's weird. You spent so many years with them. What was it like? It was like getting to see a version of yourself. Yourself if you never learned how to let go. A gentle net of daylight dips past the entrance of the tomb and pulls them up into the sun-struck woods. The seasons that have gone by under the ground feel splotched onto their arms and faces, crusted like mud or clay. Forest air washes them, fragrant, clean, and stupefying. My feet, my hips, my mouth. Let's throw a festival, a daylit dance. The old land, the old life. Who will ever know but us? Who will ever dream what could have been? Another 1,000 years, another and another. What's buried is buried, lost is lost, gone is gone. Heroes grow old, and their myths expire. Even the mighty constellations die. We're lucky enough to breathe the cold air. Watch the stars burn bright and smile as they leave the sky. We're lucky to wake and sleep in our own power, each contained in one unique span of time. Lucky to run and fall and crack and crumble, on our first morning, storyless. But on our last night, welcome in legendary company. The end. Alright, and that was Monarchs Under the Mountain. So that was the third of several campaigns. There's 3 more plus Omen Road left. We'll get to those eventually, but there's a bunch of stuff that we're gonna slot in the meantime, because like I said at the start of the series, I don't really want to do just non-stop Wildermyth content for like a year, but this has been this campaign. I'll see you next week for something different.